The CCP hears from its members that having a methodology for measuring impact can make the difference in securing breakthrough commitments, as well as providing insight into how to improve the effectiveness of corporate giving programs. In our report, we found it helpful to frame this topic and all the various questions surrounding and demands surrounding the demand for impact evidence into a hierarchy of 3 conversations. The first conversation takes place between grant recipients and corporate giving officers.
Our goal in measurement is ensuring that our programs and our work with our partners gets better and better and better, so that with the same resources or incremental resources, we can really have the intended impact. And the only way that we can do that is by measurement along the way. And what we have found is the theory of change, the logic model, is an incredibly powerful tool. And for all of our conversations with our partners where we are funding an initiative with a specific goal, we know that there are short-term, mid-term, and long-term impacts. And we know that if we don't have the outcomes, and if we don't have the conversations about each of those along the way, then we really are going to have a very hard time measuring ultimate impact. This is a process, and in that process, the resources that we will allocate for measurement need to be part of the conversation. As funders and partners, we can have conversations about working together. So many of us work with the same organizations. Isn't there a way of us having conversations about what we are measuring and what you think it's important to measure, and then talk about ways to ensure that there are some economies of scale?
The second takes place between giving officers and their CEO.
10,000 Women was a commitment of Goldman to focus to improve the economic empowerment of women around the world. They committed $100 million in cash to be spent over 5 years to literally serve 10,000 women. So at the end of this magnificent event, a reporter asked Mr. Blankfein a question. Mr. Blankfein, how will you know that your program is working? And will you tell us? And Mr. Blankfein answered, at Goldman Sachs, we measure everything that we do. Our philanthropy will be no different. We will hold ourselves accountable for results. We will measure our results, and I will come back in the future to tell you how we have done. Today, we have a very robust performance monitoring system that is collecting data currently on 1,800 women who have either graduated or enrolled in the program. And what are we learning? What difference is this making, this measurement? We're rapid prototyping. We are changing and refining the program continuously. I think in the measurement field, we have really undervalued learning as opposed to accountability.
And finally, the third conversation occurs between CEOs and investors.
We're all about measurement. So the team I run is less interested in the policy commitments. They're more interested in the performance data that can be demonstrated and measured.
What you're willing to hold yourself accountable for is what you're willing to invest resources in. So getting really clear, not just about goals and objectives, but what are we willing to hold ourselves accountable for, drives the design of measurement that works.